Look at that. I don't know what to do with this. All right. The whole purpose for today is inspection and adding boxes. Give them some room to move, to be able to continue to make brood and store sugar water or any nectar that's coming in right now as well. So we want to make this quick because they're probably not going to be too happy. Quick inspection, see how the syrup situation is. Oh my gosh, the most hive beetles I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know what to do. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is where they hide from 12. The bees. 13. So hive beetles are in the pollen cake. Look at that. I don't know what to do with this. I'm squishing hive beetles as hard as I can go. That is unbelievable. I had no idea. I don't know what to do about the hive beetles. They are stuck all over the Swiffer. We're going to put 2 in there. Same way for the beetle blaster. So the bees are using the patty, but they have not consumed near enough. I don't have any small hive beetle larvae though. Nothing I can see. I can crush a ton of beetles. Trying to let bees get out. Come on. Okay. I got to figure out what to do with the feeder because that was absolutely awful. Let's see if they're keeping them knocked down okay. Well, they're not knocked down. It's more than I've ever seen. So I'm going to speed up some of this video so you're not having to hang out with me for an hour. And I'll stop and show you some key points. But right here I'm just looking, and these are some old combs I put in there, and they had some small hive beetle damage and some wax moth damage, and the bees are cleaning them up really well. All kinds of sugar water, larvae and cat brood, and a few little eggs here and there. So the queen's looking for places to lay, so that's what I thought. Larvae and sugar water. Last week as well, the bees were filling every available space with the sugar water I was giving them. And on top of that, there was a lot of beetles last week that I was concerned with, and now there's about 10 times as many. So I could stand here all day and kill small hive beetles, but right now I don't see anything in the frames like they're having a hard time taking care of them. I'm specifically looking for small hive beetle larvae in the frames, and right now I don't see any. But yeah, I'm going to say they seriously need room. Excuse me, ladies. Honey cat brood, she is backfilling all the cat brood who hatch. There's our queen. And lots of sugar water. She needs a place to lay. So the bees look really good. The queen is still laying, but to me, in my novice opinion, there's just not enough brood as I see in other people's videos, that kind of thing. So that was the reason for adding a pollen patty, is hopefully to try to get them to brood up a little bit more. I don't want to really back down on the feeding because I know they need stores for the coming winter, but I think they need a lot more winter bees as well. So that's my whole purpose for having the box there and wanting to add a second deep to each one, is to give them the room to be able to continue to brood up, not feel crowded, and still continue to store any kind of pollen nectar and the sugar water that I'm giving them so that they can maintain themselves over the winter. And I may have to try to find a different type hive top feeder, because I think this is just giving them small hive beetles too many places to hide. Each deep box is receiving half a Swiffer sheet to act as a small hive beetle trap, and the beetle blasters themselves. I'm installing each one dry and then using an old hand sanitizer pump bottle to pump in mineral oil after I have installed them. After spilling oil out of a small hive beetle trap several times, this is definitely the safer route for me and to help protect the bees. I want to pause right here to describe this as the look of bewilderment. I'm torn between needing to continue to feed the bees and the knowledge that this hive top feeder gives small hive beetles a place to hide that the bees cannot patrol. I'll leave it off right now. I'm going to put it on. We'll see what we can do later. So I go ahead and install the hive top feeders, knowing that the beetle blasters and Swiffer sheets aren't going to cut it. That's what I was using last week, and the small hive beetle numbers have just increased multiple times using that same tactic. So I'm going to have to do something else. I need to look at some kind of beetle bait to put in there as well. Same way, unreal amount of small hive beetles, which is what I expected. Not near as many as the other one though. They're roughing them up pretty good. Let's see what we got on the bottom. Oh my goodness. Good grief. I apologize, I'm killing small hive beetles as hard as I can go. At the sight of removing both of these feeders and seeing the massive amounts of small hive beetles attached to them, my first thought is run away. Get them away from the hives. So if you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I've got a concrete ditch that runs through the middle of my backyard. And I take these feeders over and I'm just pounding on them to knock the small hive beetles out into that concrete ditch. That way I can step all over them and try to kill them. That's the only thing I can think to do at this time, is to just get them away from the hives. I don't want them in the grass. I don't want them anywhere close to the hives. So when I'm off camera, that's what I'm doing when I say I'm killing small hive beetles. Nectar. And nectar. This will be a good one to go up. I can't get over the beetles. Awesome. All kinds of larvae. New emerging. And they're capping some honey off the top too. Larvae where she could lay. And some new eggs. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very good. I am really happy with the look of these bees 2 weeks after installing the nukes. Really happy with the nukes. Think we got a good deal on them. They are Varroa sensitive hygienic queens. And so hopefully that's going well. And again, just installing these nukes, I've been treating them with the oxalic acid vaporization. They've had 2 treatments since first installing them, and they're getting ready to get a 3rd. So again, couldn't be happier with the bees, but extremely concerned with the small hive beetles. There's our queen, right in the middle, and we've got larvae and eggs. So she is backfilling where they've been hatching. Awesome, very good. So I'm gonna stick this back in here. I've seen her. See everything we need. There's a ton, an absolute ton of beetles. On the small hive beetle battle front, I probably failed to mention that when our first 2 hives absconded, I left them out there too long, one purposely for the bees that were hanging around, and small hive beetles moved in and made an absolute mess. So I did have to clean that up, freeze a bunch of larvae that were in there, clean the frames and the comb with water and chlorine bleach, which did a really good job of cleaning everything up. I was really happy with that, and the chlorine bleach does fully vaporize and leave the frames. So with the knowledge that small hive beetles had been there, I did fully go around these hives with a really heavy treatment of Grub-X. I've seen quite a few beekeepers talk about that helping with small hive beetles, so it got a really good treatment of Grub-X. And after that, a heavy treatment of diatomaceous earth, which it rained after that, which probably rendered that stuff ineffective, but Grub-X is in there. So we're fighting with Grub-X, Beetle Blasters with mineral oil, and Swiffer sheets, and it's really just not doing enough. So we're going to have to keep battling and keep trying to give these bees an advantage over the small hive beetles. I'm kind of worried about the extra space that I just gave them, but we're going to see if we can get some additional bait in there as well. I really appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.